Everybody's talking about the transgender phenom swimmer, Lee Thomas. Lee is a biological male that identifies as a woman. I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, why is this a big deal? It's a free country. If a man wants to identify as a woman, so be it. Maybe he wants a life in the kitchen. However, Lee crushed the competition in a tournament with biological women the other day, and millions took to social media to argue about it, as is tradition. So tonight, we settle the score by taking a deep dive into the days-old question. Does a biological male have an advantage over a biological female in the swimming pool? Let's see what the science says. Now, the first thing one does when launching a major scientific study is run a simulation with very expensive graphics. So we did just that. Here we see the biologically female swimmer. And here we see the biologically male swimmer. At first glance, the obvious comes to mind. The male has the advantage thanks strictly to his body mass. However, look closely at what happens when we add in the effect of simulated water particles. A phenomenon known as aquatic penile inertia kicks into play. What's happening is the weight of the male's massive dingleberry actually fights against the flow of water, slowing the swimmer down. In some science textbooks and research papers, this is also known as dong drag. This slowdown can even worsen should the male develop an erection while swimming, which, as we know, can happen at any point in time without self-control, thanks to the sensual, erotic nature of water itself. Now, to be thorough and fair, we also commissioned the study of a hyper-realistic simulation of water particles around the female genitalia. What we found was an equally interesting phenomenon: maritime vaginal seaflow. Basically, the smooth, sweet shape of the vaginal lips allows the swimmer to glide effortlessly through water. And in cases where the female is aroused thanks to the sensual, erotic nature of water itself, her speed actually increases, thanks to the flurry of physical activity that occurs when a woman is stimulated and unable to control herself. Now, it's important to remember that every good scientist knows that he or she cannot simply rely on simulation, which is why we also tested the experiment in the real world. Here I am in a local bathtub. While not an Olympic-sized pool, the area did meet the strict requirements to test whether or not I could pick up speed without 13 inches of pure pleasure getting in the way. While I did enjoy myself in the lukewarm water of the local bath, I was not able to pick up speed. And so it's final. The score is settled. Biological males are actually at a disadvantage in swimming competition thanks to the added weight of the pogo stick. Here to discuss the findings of the experiment is Dr. Edison Albright, Chief Medical Officer at Baylor University. Dr. Albright, thanks for joining us.
No problem, Victor. And let me begin by saying, first of all, that was the most absurd anti-scientific presentation I've seen in my entire life. Like, total BS. No one in the scientific community...
Wait just a minute. You saw the simulation just as I did.
Those were not simulations. That was a glorified clip art. Like, I hope if you paid for those, I hope you get your money back. There are literally zero people in the scientific community talking about or even aware of aquatic penile inertia. That's not a real thing. This is total garbage. You're a disgrace to the scientific community. And you know what? You didn't even get the subject's name right. It's Leah Thomas, L-I-A. You're just saying Lee over and over and over again. And you know, science is precise, it's accurate, and
Well, he was a quack.
Game begin.